All right. We got ourselves the upper bracket finals. The young gun, the man that's been knocking on the door of the top of Americas for a while. It's Trigger. Fresh off of his trip to sunny San Diego, where him and Estrella both spent their time whispering poetry each other over candlelight, sharing fine meals at the local French restaurant, long walks on the beach, and most importantly, talking about how to kill Zerg players. Trigger did, about a month ago or so, hang out with, went and visited Estrella for a while, and it was one of the first times we've seen Protoss players kind of put their minds together to actually work together rather than just kind of figuring things out on their own. And I'm really curious to see if that has a market increase in Trigger's game, as Trigger's normally been just outside that top 3 or 4 players in the region, but now that Neeb's gone, I feel like he really is up there with SCARLETT and Estrella as one of the favorites to take it out. And he is here in the upper bracket finals. It's a best of 5. SCARLETT, of course, comes in as the incumbent. Pretty much she's always top 3. I don't remember the last time she wasn't top 3, but she's always capable of winning the entire season. And I feel like since Neeb's gone, she's actually scarier than ever, because SCARLETT and Neeb were friends, they were mates, but they were also rivals. And let's be real, I don't think it was a rivalry. Neeb was her nemesis. He stole a lot of money from SCARLETT. SCARLETT would be a lot richer if it wasn't for Neeb. You know, her constant Protoss balance complaints probably wouldn't be quite as strong if it wasn't for the fact that she had to play Neeb in so many finals. Is SCARLETT the bomb girl? I'm new. I think you mean the burrowed baneling. Is that what you mean by the bomb girl? Yes, she's the burrowed baneling girl. The bomb girl. I don't know. This is such a funny way of saying it. You are correct, Kenny. She's the bomb girl. And it was on Bomber as well, right? She burrowed banelinged Bomber's Marines to win a very famous match. So, yeah. That's a very cute way of putting that. Double the depth coming across the map here for Trigger. Neeb is the greatest of all time of North American StarCraft 2. Couldn't have said that better myself. She's Canadian, whereas and so is Trigger though. These guys, yeah. I feel like so Neeb was the king of America. She was always the queen of Canada, especially after Huck. Huck was the kind of the early days king. She was bigger later on. After, you know, because his rise was very astronomical, but then he wasn't around nearly as long, whereas she's been at the top for such a long time. But these Protoss players do tend to get the better of her. Trigger has not been on that list historically, though. Trigger has not really been able to find her weak points. So far, though, 5 Zerglings, doesn't lose an Adept, pretty good. If he gets to the hole, don't leave your Adepts in the open. Oh, and the Adepts, nice positioning. No, this is really good. If he kills, oh my god, the Adepts just aren't dying. Oh my gosh, even if she kills that one Adept, it comes at such cost. She's lost like 9-10 Zerglings. This is great. Trigger's in a good spot. Oracle's going to go in. Already got 2 kills, apparently. It must have been Zerglings. And just gets a drone, gets in, gets out. Good play by Triggs. Trigger's looking real good. He goes for a Robo. Oh, I didn't realize Trigger played Creator-style PvZ. So going Robo first is a very interesting style. Could even be Classic style, actually. Classic has a really, in my opinion, gimmicky build order where he goes Robo into, like, Void Ray Colossus. I doubt that'll be this, but we'll see how it goes. Nice Adept Shades. A couple of Adepts go down, but SCARLETT's kind of running her Lings into a meat grinder right now. Her third is Baron. And she's got 3 Overlords there, but right now, oh, she's so supply blocked on 58. This is a bad start for SCARLETT. Yeah. Guys, if she wasn't supply blocked, she could have taken a nice worker lead there. Because she's had, look, 6 lava. This is what you always want to look at when you're looking at a Zerg's macro is if they've got a lot of idle lava sitting there that they can't spend because of supply blocks or not enough money, usually it's a big indicator that something's gone awry in their build order. Something's gone a little bit wrong. Evo Chamber is there as well. Oracle on the left side. 3 Queens. Oracle going to rotate around. Good D. Yeah, her defense is really solid right now, so she's not taking too much actual drone losses. I do think, obviously, your defense is easier when you're shoving Zerglings at your opponent the whole early game because, well, they're on the defense. On the other hand, worker count's dead even. There's an Immortal on the way. +1 will be starting soon. Charge is coming in, so he's not going Blink. Mutas are very good against a player who skips Blink, especially when they've only got, like, 2 Oracles out, not that much scouting. The Oracles are damaged, or at least one of them's deep in the red. But it can deal some pretty serious pushes. We've seen kind of the current meta. People have gone old school. They've gone back to double Robo Immortal Archon Charge, a style which I've never stopped doing, and I'm fascinated to see how the Zergs adapt, because I feel like a lot of the Zergs have forgotten how to deal with that style, and Trigger's kind of got the setup here. Templar Archives goes down. Second Robo could build in the natural. No gases on the third just yet. Now, the rule here as a Zerg is you want to go 66 drones. You only want to drone your fourth if you see Protoss take gas on the third. It's the Serral rule. It's a very solid rule. And it's something, whenever you're playing a very standard PvZ, it's just a nice plan to follow. Scarlet, though, is droning her fourth right now. And that's Mass Gateway and a Prism. He's doing a timing. Guys, it's a 60 probe timing. And she's droned to 76 workers. Her Roach Horn's up, but she's not building any Roaches. She's only building Zerglings. She's been too greedy. Scarlet's been way too greedy. She sees the Zealots coming now. She's building a Spire. Spire's great if he's taking his gases right now. She needs nothing but Roaches and Ravagers. Scarlet has been very greedy. If she survives this, I'll be impressed. That being said, her macro has been pretty slick. She's way up in supply, but remember, it's Roach supply. Archon, Immortal Zealot, no sentries. Fourth Nexus does go up behind it, but he is very committed. He needs to find damage. Spire location may seem silly, but remember, the Oracles can get around the edges and scout the back. They can't scout the middle very easily. So it's actually a very good high-level scouting location, or scouting denial location, I should say. Good drone evacuation so far. Roach Queen will be able to hold on. Immortals are good if they're hitting Roaches. Right now, they're hitting Queens. Trigger needs to focus fire those Roaches. He needs to get out of here. Trigger's in trouble. Scarlet's shutting this down. Scarlet may have been super greedy, but she is shutting this down. Where is the Prism? The Prism isn't there. He loses an Archon. He loses an Immortal. And he's got to run the heck home. Tail between his legs. Her Spire's up. She can transfer back to the fourth. I wouldn't mind her taking 2 more gases as well. You shut down a big attack. You got Roach speed. You're building more Zerglings. And yeah, that's just huge for her. Zealots and Oracles are hanging out in the middle. I love the Lings going across. The Prism doesn't spot it. They could cancel that fourth base. If she goes straight across, they can cancel the fourth. Roach Queen can defend. Immortal Archon drop inside the main base. I always love the one Immortal, one Archon. Archon good versus Zerglings. Immortal very good versus Roaches. Gives you that kind of mixed ability. Pylon getting focused, but it doesn't get full surrounded. Zealots will defend this. That Nexus will not be going down. That's going to be a nice cleanup. The Zerglings backing away for Scarlet. Meanwhile, 9 Mutas are on the way. Trigger still doesn't know about the Spire. 75 workers for Scarlet, 69 for Trigger. Trigger's going not just double Robo, he's going triple Robo, my friends. Triple Robo? What in the hell? Not something you see every day. Psystorm as well. He's going to have a ground-pounding, anti-Roach killing army. Sadly for him, she's playing Mutiling Bane. She's on 8 gases. She does need a 9th and 10th gas, but with that gold base kind of hidden in the corner, that could work out. Her Mutalisks are coming out. Are they going to sneak across the map, or are they going to go for the Prism? She's going to go for the guaranteed damage on the Prism. She says, hey, an Immortal and an Archon, I'll take that any day. And look at that. She pulls the weak Mutas away from the Archons. Nice. And the Queen survives as well on 10 hit points. Phoenix being built one at a time. Trigger does have a 4th up. I actually still think I prefer sending the Mutalisks across the map, but this did allow her to go in with the ground army at the same time. Shield battery's getting focused by the Zerglings. I think she could have surrounded that a bit better. There we go. She does surround it. Roach is trying to back away. Muta's on the right side, though. The Roachling is just kind of keeping Trigger distracted while she does big damage. 11 probes do go down. Oh, High Templar! Oh, no! The High Templar! Storm kicks in, but all it does is tickle. That battery could get focused down. Indeed, it will. Battery gets focused down. Phoenix, she's clicking the Cyber Core. That was a misclick. She does start killing these Stalkers as they warp in. Roachling's still outnumbered, so she's got to be careful. It's a bit of an awkward fight, but if the Mutas come back, they can kill the Zealots, and it's all worth it. Luring these Zealots out into the open is massive. Zealots on the other side getting cleaned up by the rally. And Scarlet plays insanely greedy, but it was the perfect level of greed for how well she opened. She gets the defense, swaps into the Mutas, and shuts Trigger down in game 1. All right, down here in the bottom left, we got Scarlet and Trigger in the top right. Now, apparently Trigger did see the Spire. Chat's pointed out to me, but he probably just thought it was like a spine crawler or didn't notice it in the heat of everything else happening. Not a great start, though, for Trigger. He is now going for a very early probe across the map. So even going 13 Pylon, he's decided, might not be enough to block. So he wants to make sure that he blocks this. And Scarlet's not doing 15-15. She's doing the normal 16 hatchery build. So she's going to have to take her third, which she seems very happy with, right? Last game, she did the same thing. She is A-okay with that. Are spoilers allowed in the Twitch chat? As a general rule, try to avoid spoilers. I'm okay with you guys chatting about things and stuff, but sometimes people come in at the start of a series, they watched it the other day, and they go, oh, I really want to ask you this question, Pig. And I always say, oh, just ask me after the game would be best, like wherever that thing happens, you know? Because we're casting all of the best games from the NA regionals, you know, this week, and the pointy end of the NA regionals, I think the NA regionals were actually better, in my opinion, than the European ones in terms of like lots of high quality close matches, lots of interesting strategies. I thought the dynamic was really fun. Whoa! Speak of the devil. Sorry, I literally was not watching the mirror. I just assumed she was moving out to take a third, but she's taking his purple gas base. She's proxy hatching. Oh my gosh. What in the hell is this? So it's a pool first proxy hatch build, 6 Zerglings. And you might be wondering, what's this drone doing, guys? That drone is going to take this gas. She's going to start mining off it. She's going to build a Roach Warren at home. And she is going to go for a super fast Ravager Ling all-in with slow Zerglings. I don't think she even has enough gas to get Ling speed off this. Now, right now, Trigger's going, hey, where's your third at? And it's dawning on him. Oh, God, she's cheesing me. He chronos a Zealot. Second pylon's already on the way. And he realizes he's getting proxy hatcheried. So she's going to... Yeah, he's going to full wall with a second gate. And he's going to try and find the proxy hatch. And there we go. He does find it. 6 Zerglings are about to arrive. The Zealot will be on time. The fact that he's gone for a Nexus is rough. He's got to stay in the wall off. Got to stay in the wall off. Cybercore. Oh, careful, Trigger. Don't want to get surrounded there, my friend. He's got to just force her to not kill the Cybercore. And he's going Stalkers. Interesting. Stalkers can kind of out-micro Ravagers. He sees the purple gas mining. He knows what's happening. She's building a Queen on the front, and she's already starting Roach production. So look at that. Roaches are building. Now, you want to come out and kill this because there's only a few Zerglings and drones. If you can kill these drones, it's massive. But as you can see, it's very risky. So Trigger's kind of stuck here. He's like, okay, I gotta just make as many gateway units as possible and batteries, but he can't afford to get surrounded out here. He's got to be so careful. He sees the Roach Warren, and she's droning. Wait, what? She's not going all in? I thought she'd go all in. Oh, because she knows she's going to force such a big reaction here. She's actually going to chill. Oh, she's going to spread creep at the front as well. Very cute play. And does she take an expansion behind this? Or is it just a 2 gas into Ling speed and then it could be a delayed all-in? I was surprised she built 3 more drones there, but she has decided, hey, I need a second gas. Maybe this is just part of the all-in. Is a bit more gas so you got enough to make non-stop Ravages off the front. Ooh, so she's droning behind it while building Roaches on the front. Very advanced play. Queen does have a transfuse available. She could spread a creep tumor, but she needs that forward position before she does that transfuse. Oh, very last second transfuse, but Trigger pulls back to the battery just in time. And remember, he's got overcharge available. He'll be fine. He will be fine. Stalkers come forward. He's trying to focus the Roaches down. She pulls back. She knows she can't fight anywhere near the battery overcharge. She also can't be losing her Ravagers because they're so expensive. She's droning behind it. This is such an odd spot. He's finally found the room to start probing. He's on 22. She's on 25. The thing is, the batteries are just so good here. If she can get enough Ravagers, though, she does kill a Zealot. Oh, she tries to bile down the Cybercore. Oh, good transfuse at the last second. She gets a Stalker. She gets a Stalker. There's no way she gets rid of Warp Gate, though. She's trying to kill that. Oh, she's trying to bile down the battery. She gets rid of one battery, but she loses a Ravager for it. The next battery overcharge is available in about 20 seconds. Once she pushes him behind the ramp, this is where things get really good for SCARLETT, because as he moves in and out of the ramp, she should have a concave. I think she can maintain a concave out there with a bit of a pre-spread, and whenever he moves in and out of the ramp, she should punish him. She's going to get rid of another one of these. Oh, good biles to push back those Stalkers. The creep does get taken down, but another one lands. Great pullbacks on the weak Ravagers. Another Ravager goes down. Another Ravager goes down. And with the battery overcharge, she can actually lose even more. Trigger pushing forward like an absolute tank, like a psycho. He's going to get another one, isn't he? Is he? No, not quite. Yes, he is. A Stalker does go down, but these Ravagers in the deep red. He manages to take down another. Another 2 of these are very low. Oh, my lord. This game is so close. 3rd and 4th gateway coming up. He may have survived. The Ling speed never came in, which means there's no threat of a wraparound. Normally, if you can surround these Stalkers, that's where they really suffer. But without Ling speed, it's just Roach Ravager Queen. It's tough. She's trying to take care of that Cybercore, which means only Zealot warp-ins until he rebuilds it. It's a 43-second rebuild. 5 Stalkers. The Zealot goes down. He gets a Ravager. His focus fire is so good. He does almost get that one, but not quite. A Stalker goes down. Biles are landing on the gateways. Little does she realize there's 2 more gateways on the right. She knows about one of them. She doesn't know about the other. The Ravagers are microing. It is an intense micro cheese battle here, but he's doing very well. He gets another Ravager. And she's trying to come forward, trying to morph more and more, but she's never really spiraling. She wants to get up to 7, 8 Ravagers. She wants that number to grow, but he's keeping it locked in. 6 Stalkers versus 6 Ravagers. Very even. The 3 Queens don't have any transfuse right now. The Zerglings waste a few attacks, but battery overcharge. A Queen does go down. Stalkers fighting as best they can. Yes, the battery's going to fall. She's focus firing, but she's losing Ravagers at the same time. Trigger microing both defensively and offensively at the same time. This is so bloody close. 10 Roaches and Ravagers in total for SCARLETT. Meanwhile, just 5 Stalkers and 1 Zealot. The Cybercore never got rebuilt. Another Stalker goes down! He does have the Cybercore. Sorry, he does have the Cybercore rebuilt. Never mind, he rebuilt it up in that main base, guys. He does have more Stalkers warping in. He's got 5 Stalkers, 1 Zealot. He's hanging on, but not by much. I really feel like if she can just kill 1 or 2 more Stalkers now, this could spiral. That Queen is almost dead. She does pull it back. Good transfuse on the Ravager. Yep, she does get it. 1 more gateway goes down. He's still on just 2 gateway production. She's on 25 workers. She is spending her money excellently. She's not getting supply blocks. SCARLETT is managing macro in a very awkward scenario very well, as is Trigger. He's only on 23 workers, but look at this field of shield batteries. Another Stalker going down is big, though. Every Stalker that you lose is such a crucial blow. This is 13 Ravagers. I think she might just have the numbers. She can almost one-shot a Stalker now. She's going to spread Biles out here across this, taking down the battery overcharge, taking down the Stalkers. Is it enough? She is losing Ravagers, but the Stalkers are dying even faster. She's taking down Pylons. She's taking down everything. The Transfusers as well coming in very nicely for her. The Stalkers no longer have healing. And SCARLETT with a filthy build takes it out. Let's look at the units lost. 17 Stalkers for 15 Ravagers, 10 Zerglings, a Queen, 6 Zealots. Beautiful play by SCARLETT. GG, well played. Okay, guys, so I missed something really cool here at this moment. Now, there's a fun interaction here. Notice Trigger's trying to dance in and out of the wall-offs, and she's actually going to trap him with the Creep Tumor here, which I completely missed. And the way this works, there's a funny thing. Look at that. See these 2 Stalkers? They can no longer move back in between the wall. You might be wondering, well, why is that? It's because she spread a Creep Tumor there. What's funny about that interaction, if we rewind a few seconds, is the moment she clicks the Creep Tumor, even though it takes a while to snake over here, it immediately blocks from the moment she clicks it. So watch here, watch here, watch here. She's going to trap him. No, it's the next one. In a second, she's going to do it. So you see, she's just clicked it, guys, or she's just clicking it now. She's just clicked it. She's managed to squeeze it in between those 2 Stalkers. And the moment she clicks it, even though it's only now snaking over, it's already blocked the pathing. So you can't even kill it as Trigger in that 1 second it takes to get over there. So no matter what, it's going to block him for at least 1.5 seconds until he derps around, kills the tumor, then moves back in the wall. That is a 300 IQ little trick there. That is nasty. SCARLETT bringing out all the stops in this one. And remember, getting those Stalker kills is massive, because if his Stalker count gets high enough, he can start like one-shotting Ravagers with battery healing. He just gets out of control. But it was a mixture of her transfusing, saving as many Ravagers as she could while killing as many Stalkers. Like, this whole fight was like, who can get significantly more Stalkers or Ravagers? And SCARLETT ended up winning this battle. Moves like that were crucial. All right, guys. SCARLETT in the bottom left side, she's been slaying. And Trigger says, you know what? I'm going to stop blocking her hatchery. I am going to do a no scout build. But he's not going gas first. Gas first is usually just the better way of playing it. The only advantage of the gate first is if you say want to go Cybercore before Nexus and Chrono 2 Adepts across, or if you want to be a little safer versus a 12 pool. But if we wanted to be safe against a 12 pool, I feel like we'd probably be probe scouting. Now you can already see why this build's a little bit worse in that your gas comes up later. So you have to mine just minerals extra on these patches. You still get a bit of extra mining with these third workers. It's not too bad, really. And you lose out on maybe, what, 20 gas or something like that. It's not that big of a deal. I still sometimes talk in Brood War terms, guys, where I'm like, yeah, you know, you lose like maybe 4 trips, so 16 minerals or 16 gas. I'm like, it's in divisions of 5. They made it nice. Actually, no, gas is still 4. My brain is actually rotten. Why did they do Minerals 5 and Gas 4? Because wasn't it 4 and 4 in StarCraft 1? Or was it this... Why would you simplify one and keep the other complicated? I mean, I guess you have to do it. Gas was 3 in Brood War? Wait, was it really? No. It was 8 in StarCraft 1, actually, not 4. Really? In terms of minerals. Oh. And yeah, I remember it went down to 2 when depleted. Yeah. Because extractors never completely ran out in StarCraft 1. What's she... Scarlet? What are you doing? She's doing a naughty. Ladies and gentlemen, she's doing a naughty. She's going to take a third on the left side of the map. I have had a lot of fun throwing swarm hosts into people's bases from up here, locusts. I don't know if it's actually good. I think Nidus swarm host is much better. But looks like she just wants to take a third over there nice and early, which is fair enough. I know there was some blink all-ins that Trigger kept doing to me on the ladder from this angle. The only time I beat Trigger in the last year was he tried to blink all-in me across the minerals on this map. And I defended with 7 spine crawlers in a row. So I think maybe Scarlet's I'm just going to push down this side of the map and be ready over here. It's also, because a lot of Protoss like to take this as their third, this means you've already opened up the path to deny it. Yeah, apparently Brood War was 8 minerals and 8 gas, 2 when depleted on the gas. Stalker there, hanging out. Second Stalker. Oh, he's doing the build. Guys, is he doing the Blink build again? Oh my god, he's doing the Blink build again. He's doing the 2-base Blink build. No way. I thought it was a meme build. I sometimes feel like Trigger gets sick of bullying me on the ladder when we run into each other and he's just killing me with his first few Adepts and Oracles and he just does troll builds. But it looks like he's actually going to do this. Yeah, he's got a Robo. He's not minding the minerals open, which means he can't take a third behind it. I mean, you could do this as a pressure and transition, but it's kind of awkward. Now, Scarlet, she's taking that base on the left. I think the base on the right is probably easier to defend. This ramp area is kind of annoying to fight. If you get some Ravages and Spines, you can make pushing up the ramp awkward with Biles and the 7-range Spine Crawlers. But otherwise it can get very tough. She's got Ling Speed. She's building a Spore in case it is Oracle because she doesn't know what's happening right now. Spore in the main, you could argue, is unnecessary since she's got this base in front of it. How would an Oracle ever get to the back anyway? She's going to connect the creep just to make sure she's fully connected. 42 drones. She's way ahead on workers. The problem she might run into here is that, yeah, this Overlord should just turn around. No point going in. She sees extra gateways. She sees no third. I mean, she sees 2 extra gateways. That's huge. So she knows there's a big push coming. She's building a Roach Warren. She's building 5 Overlords right now. Oh, that 58 supply block. Scarlet's channeling her inner dark right now. I think it's because she's confused about what he's doing. She's trying to figure it out. 3 Overlords are there. She's got a Roach Warren on the way. 2nd and 3rd gas coming as well. This is such a delayed all-in. What I don't like about this push is to me, having to wait for the Robo and the Prism slows this down so much. She's got a 4-worker advantage. She's making... Basically, you want Ravager Ling and to just swarm over this. She's got good creep spread, but he's got an Observer, so he can clear the creep. If you don't have an Observer, it does feel like Blink all-ins kind of suck because you just end up getting surrounded on creep. But he can actually push back her creep, slowly deny it. 3 gas. She needs to put everything into Ravager Ling from here. As many Ravagers as she can get. She doesn't have much on the front right now. Oh, the Observer! The Observer! Trigger throws his Observer away. Big mistake. Big mistake. She's got Transfuse. Her Ravagers are nowhere to be seen. Where are these Ravagers? They must have morphed back up in the main base or something. She's bringing the rest of her Lings home. Stalkers did get forced to warp in at home by her attacking the wall. She lost a queen, not a roach. It was a roach she lost, not a queen. She's still got a bit of transfuse, and she can absolutely push him back and respread creep. But she has to respread creep right now while using Biles to hold him back. She's trying to morph more Ravagers, not on the front line, though. She needs to use Biles scattered across the front line to try and slow things down. This is a really tough hold. It's 18 Blink Stalkers. He hasn't lost anything yet. Guys, he hasn't lost anything. He's only lost an Observer. And yes, losing that Observer is terrible. If she can get a Creep Tumor here and just push it back a little bit more, that'd be great. Biles will be massive. Spore Crawler in the front to make sure that he can't move another Observer forward, so she is planning for that. Roach Ravager Zergling pumping out. Now, the only problem she has is she's not really ahead on workers, but because she has a 3rd worker line, she's actually way out on mineral income. He just got a Ravager, but he loses his first Stalker. His first loss. Look at the units lost tab. That is gross. Oh my god. Dude, look at the unit's lost time. He's dodging bios. She's trying to come in from multiple sides. But this is insane. Oh, man. Okay. Biles are going to come down in front of his army. The queens, the ravagers, the roaches are hanging out there. The roach ravager zergling queen hanging on, seeing what they can do. But it feels like Scarlet, even though she's up in army supply, she needs to just keep spreading the biles out. The trick here is you need to bile every 2 seconds so that he never has a moment to move in without having to dodge biles. There we go. So she's just got to keep scattering those, but he blinks forward. The Mad Dog, the drones need to get pulled. She needs to pull drones. She needs the Zerglings. The Zerglings were going for a counterattack. Stalkers came in for a counterattack down the bottom. That distracted some of her units. He blinks in, takes out a lot of Ravagers. Let's check the units lost. 7 Stalkers for 5 Ravagers, a Roach, 75 Zerglings, and a Queen. The units lost tab is devastatingly favored for Trigger. His Stalker micro is insane. This reminds me of when Parting was at his peak before he went to the military, and Trigger beat him in a weekly cup with it was a 17 minutes of 2-base blink all in. Sorry, not against Parting, against Solar. It was against Solar. And it was a crazy all in that looked like it had failed because he just couldn't get in there, but he just kept microing and microing and microing, and he wore down a 4-base Solar with 2-base blink and just traded so well he ended up winning the game, and it was staggering. That was when I knew Trigger had some special sauce to his play. He had some micro abilities. That Ravager barely finishing morphing. Very nice for Scarlet. Those Ravagers important for buying time, but Trigger's just been so good at dodging. He's not letting anything land. And look at this. Observer on the front lines and not getting any creep further forward as well makes things kind of tough here. But this angle, the way he's pushing up and down here is very nice. Finally, another Stalker does go down. He's got so many of them, though. The blink back micro is exceptional. She just can't quite get enough. A few spine crawlers maybe would help out here because they do have that 7 range I was talking about, and that does make a difference, but how the hell do you find the room to build spines in the midst of this? I do not know. Roach Ravager Zergling Queen trying to hang on right now. The Stalker's coming forward. The Ravager Queen Roach trying to defend. Oh god, the blink forward. He does start just focusing down her Ravagers. A savage build order here from Trigger. Does he have the numbers though, or has he overcommitted? If there was Zerglings now, that's when you get punished. But Trigger picked his timing really well. She realized Zerglings weren't being efficient because they're just running in and dying a few at a time, so she stopped building them. Trigger said, oh, you stopped building Zerglings. Now you've got nothing to punish me if I blink forward. And he takes advantage, jumps on top, and he senses weakness and he goes for the throat. That is a crazy build to do when you are down 0-2 in a series on the cusp of being knocked out of the upper bracket. But he does it, he makes it work, and perhaps in hindsight taking this third is weak to this build, and going to the other side would have actually been better, and leaving the minerals up I think would have been much better in hindsight. I think. What could she have done differently to defend? I honestly don't know. With this third base, it felt like she did things pretty well. I just don't know. That unit loss trading almost 2-1 in his favor. It's hard to deal with that. Probably just a few small, tiny mistakes maybe here or there in her opening. Maybe cut some corners by delaying the Spore Crawler, that sort of thing. That's rough, though. Trigger potentially starting a comeback. All right, well, Scarlett's in the bottom left. And she is going for the gold. Go for gold! She's still got a game to spare. And Trigger is going for a Gate Scout. So I think he's just looking to identify if it's a gold. He'll probably come over behind the gold minerals. Confirm. And then we'll see what he has planned. You can reactively cannon rush this. And I think that's good if you go Nexus. I think Nexus first cannon rush probably counters this, doesn't it? Actually, wait a second. Doesn't that completely counter this? If you just go Nexus first cannon rush? Like, yeah, sure, Scarlet will just cancel it and rebuild here. But then, aren't you just ahead? I saw someone recently just block the gold. Oh, really? Ophidian in chat says you see someone just run over there earlier and just block it. That's hilarious. I don't think the gold base is that scary. I really think the gold base is overrated. It's stuck out. It's very exposed. I think let the Zerg sacrifice a ton of income transferring workers over there and then just play Adept Oracle. As long as you chrono 2 Adepts across. I feel, and as long as you're prepared for the counter roll in. The scary thing is if you play too greedy afterwards and then they just like hit you with a giant gold-based Queen Walk because that does cross the map pretty quickly. That's the scary part. It's the launch pad counter attack. I think the gold-based player, if you manage Oracle Adept well, to, you know, attacking both bases, I think you end up ahead as the Protoss, personally. A lot of Protoss players disagree with me, but I mean, I play very imperfect StarCraft games, but I also watch a lot of imperfect StarCraft games. I think It's not like, technically I think the Zerg can defend it and get ahead, but I think it really is a skill dance in terms of like multitasking and stuff. Notice SCARLETT doesn't put a lot of workers here. So she's doing like a smaller commitment to the gold than what a lot of Zergs would be doing. She's got a quick ling speed. Stargate goes down, and we've got double chrono on the Adept, exactly what I wanted to see. Now, one thing I like against this is actually sending 2 lings across the map to get in behind the second Adept. Because if you can delay the second Adept coming across the map, I think it severely weakens this. I think that's something Dark does really well in this scenario, where you can tell SCARLETT is like purely defensively focused. That's all she's thinking about. Careful, SCARLETT! Oh, good pullback. Good pullback. Doesn't even have to do the Spore Trick, so she doesn't lose any resources there, which is really good. But yeah, imagine if 2 lings ran in now and started picking off probes. Like this really weakens Trigger because his attention is split at the moment when he really wants to desperately find damage. The Adepts, I like that he's letting his shields regen. Instead of headbutting in, she would just focus fire that and damage the shields. He's going to go towards the main, but there is a queen and 4 Zerglings there. And she's already getting a bit of damage on the shields. Those 4 lings should fight as well, I think. But no, very cautious from SCARLETT. And that was the right call because he backed away. He's playing pretty cautiously. And she's got a lot of lings with ling speed out, so she's going to maybe try and counterattack, or at least try and wrap around the Adepts, I guess. A few lings are there. She's trying to get in front. He's going to cancel and recall, or maybe just hide in the corner, wait for the Oracle to protect them. Which is not a bad way of doing it, man. Oracle sees the lings coming across third base. Turn around. Turn around, Trigger. Trigger, you saw the Zerglings. He didn't notice them. Oh, if he sent the Oracle behind, he could have defended this third, but now that's a cancel. SCARLETT looking slick. That being said, main base is under assault. There's 2 queens and not a lot of Zerglings. The queens need to focus the Oracle, the Zerglings the Adepts. Oh, she's not focus firing the queens on the Oracle. I think that's a mistake. Then again, you know what? She deals with the Adepts. Oracle doesn't kill any drones. I think it's okay for her. She's got 2 queens on the gold as well. No spores yet. She's playing what many would call a risky game. I would say it makes sense though, because she's using that extra money to have extra Zerglings to go kill his stuff. Oh, bad timing on this. Yow, 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 yow. Neither player watching right now. The drone's popping at the worst possible moment, but she's only going to lose 1 initially. Oh, smart. She builds an Evo knowing that can tank the damage. Lings get a wraparound on the third base. This game is chaos, and Trigger, leaving the Adepts in the open, gets him massively punished. That is huge. Spore Crawler and Queen do big damage. That Oracle almost dies for only a single drone. That's really bad. Oh, this Oracle had so much energy. Gets another drone there, and another one. Finally runs out of energy. Lings on the front are getting deflected. Glaives is on the way. Oh, he's going for 4-gate Glaives. The Glaives is very late, though. But she's going to have to go Roach Warren to really have a very good response to this, and she hasn't found the room to do that. I think SCARLETT might be trying to go straight Hydra Bane, and that would be rough, because Resonating Glaives counters that. Now, she's like, cool, I've canceled your third, I've killed a bunch of Adepts, units lost time's very even, like, this is great for me, I've got plenty of Zerglings on the map. If she gets another cancel on the third, this might just be game. And that would be series if she wins this game. She's not going for the third, though, which is unfortunate. It's good she's attacking, because this will force him to show his hand on his Adepts, I believe. I think he has to shade the Adepts down just to defend. And look at that, the Adepts do get in the corner, but pretty good surface area. Lots more Adepts are coming in. Get out of there, SCARLETT. Oh, actually, she's got a decent angle, and Glaives isn't done yet. Seeing all those Adepts, where's that Roach Warren? It is on the way, but it's a very late Roach Warren. She's playing a greedy game as ZvP right now, and Mr. Trigger wants to punish her. He is not just playing defensive macro game. She's going to build a spine at the gold. Those do build pretty fast, 36 seconds, so about 20 seconds left on that. Ling's getting caught in the tower. A few of them do go down. I mean, she has to just mass Ling Queen to defend. And that sucks against Mass Adept, guys. The Roach Warren is just too late here. The Queens are trying to hang on. The Lings kind of have to fight, but she doesn't have the numbers. She knows she doesn't have the numbers. Queens pull back. Good choice to pull back. Very good choice. Spinecrawler gets killed there. Adept shading to the left. They cancel. Sporecrawler does some good damage to the Oracle. Third base is up. Robo's building behind it. Trigger starts Blink. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Forge go down. There we do. Yep, Forge. Ling's dying as they pop. Roaches are starting, but it's just too little too late. SCARLETT got caught up in the chaos of the aggression the early game. She forgot to dot her I's and cross her T's when it came to the scouting. And Trigger. Yes, it's a belated 4-gate Adept, but a belated 4-gate Adept when your opponent is distracted is even better, because she just did not have the Roach Horn. She thought she had full control with the Zerglings, and Trigger says, mate, you had absolutely no control. I have Protoss. I've got lasers and goddamn bloody shuriken thingamajigs. What is it, a glaive cannon? I think that's technically what the Adept's weapon is called. Basically, they're able to just rip him apart, and I think SCARLETT's pretty dead. Scarlett's in trubs right now. She's not just in trubs. Trigger looks like he has the dubs. Adept picks off a few drones. They go down. These Adepts still canceling shades, picking off anything they can. And look how fast these drones go down. I mean, he could lose all these Adepts and still be ahead in this game. And he's not even going to. He's going to take down the Roaches. An Adept for 2 Roaches is a pretty good trade. Adepts are there in the main. Oh, Probes plus Battery Overcharge trying to defend the 3rd base. Oh god, did he screw up? Did he screw up? His Adepts are in the main. They're not really killing anything right now. The battery goes down. Oh god! Adepts trying to warp in. Adepts and Probes trying to fight. Quite a few Probes are falling. Oh, but he's got Adepts over here as well. He's shift-clicking on her drones. Oh god, if these guys also shift-click on the drones as well, this could be massive damage. Yes, Probes are dying, but these 2 Adepts in the back will end up holding on. 11 Probes go down. 17 more drones go down. It's a bloody slaughter. A little bit sloppier than it needed to be here for Trigger. But he cleans up a ton of Zerglings. He's still 1,400 resources ahead in the units lost. And remember, he's into Blink Immortal +1. He's up in workers by 12, 10 workers. She doesn't have a 4th base. With no 4th hatchery, she can't bounce back from this damage. She has to do some counter-aggression. Roach Ravager Zergling is going to be the choice. She knows it's a long shot, but she's got good creep, at least for a launch pad. Maybe she can find some value. Overlord comes in, sees there's a battery already up. That's not good news for her. Mass Zergling being produced. This Oracle comes in from behind. Trigger is going to pick off a few of those drones as well. And that is a really nice bit of harassment. Just the icing on top of the cake. He should not be on the map. Oh god, Trigger's so confident he moves into the middle of the map. This is not when you want to be out here. Not against an all-in from her. He's trying to fight a bit of a fighting retreat now. She's literally Queen Walk all-inning him right now. He's gone out to greet her. At least the Queens aren't part of this fight on the right side, but the Immortals are getting wrecked. Oh, Trigger, this is very dangerous, but you know what? He blinks forward. Sorry, guys, I forgot. I didn't realize we were talking about the Chad Gamar here. I didn't realize we were talking about the Lisan Al-Gaib of Protoss. He's just like, whatever, man. You think I'm afraid? You think I'm afraid? I don't care. You're trying to all-in me, and I'm attacking on creep and still winning? Yeah, this basically says I just have more stuff. I'm too far ahead. There's nothing Scarlett can do from here. When you're attacking into your opponent's all-in and still winning, your opponent's dead. They're putting, like, Scarlett's putting all of her eggs in one basket, which is, I need to kill you right now, and he's still fighting her on her terms and going crazy. So, yeah, he's all over it. 6 gates up, 7th one building. Could probably look for a 4th Nexus in the near future as well. Ling backstab counterattack comes in as he pushes the front. Yachi Douchies. Warp in a few Adepts at home. Stalkers pushing the front at the same time. Good blink backs to dodge the Biles. The Immortals are still there in the mix, adding some damage of their own. But Probes did evacuate that base. More Adepts are warping in. He's just 100% committed on the front. Trigger says, nah, we can win right here, right now. There is no reason to hesitate. His game sense is next level. I really feel that week with Estrella practicing over there and chatting about all things Protoss has helped him out. Just good to see. He's living the StarCraft life and the grind and really developing his play. Trigger down 0-2 shows no hesitancy, and that's when you know a player has enough experience playing World Team League against Maru. You know, when you're playing against Clem and Maru and beyond every other week in the World Team League. You're playing as the backup for Raynor and Serral on Basilisk. It's a bloody tough match and a tough position to be in, but he's not showing any situation where he's going, oh god, I'm nervous, you know? And that's something that takes a while to develop, but he's put in the time, he's put in the experience, and I think we're really seeing with this beginning to a comeback that he's going to force a game 5. Scarlett gets the gold base up, but Trigger handles it pretty calmly, and that Glaive Adept transition was real nice. Obviously, there's mistakes, like he left a few Adepts not in the pocket in the 3rd, that got surrounded a few times. You know, once or twice the Oracles maybe could have done slightly more damage, like when he dove in the main and there was only 2 Queens. He could have gone for the drones. But at the end of the day, comeback is a comeback, and tying this up 2-2, it's going to be very good for Trigger. We've got a game 5. We already used Amphion. I'm going to gamble. I think the final map's going to be Site Delta. I'm guessing Site Delta. All right. Game 5 on Ghost River. It's a small map with some cheeky opportunities. Scarlett in the top right side of the map, and Trigger in the top left. Now, guys, she's going 14 hatchery before Overlord. So this is a 15-15, but it's a 14-15, I imagine, right? Then she'll build a drone. Oh, no, Scarlett, what is... Uh-oh, she screwed up the build. Oh no. She meant to build another drone there. Oh, that's sloppy. Yeah, she meant to build a drone, then do the extractor trick, then do the overlord, and then the spawning pool. She kind of messed the build up there. So she's one drone lower than she should be. She's doing this to ensure she gets the hatchery, because this third hatchery is really hard to defend. Very hard to defend. Now she's building the spawning pool, but her worker count is so low. 1515 is already, like, it's a little low on economy, but this is going to be a very damaged economy for SCARLETT now. As, yeah, that probe harass is actually quite frustrating as well. It actually does significant damage because a 1515 is already very fragile. On the other side, Trigger goes for a very standard Nexus Cybercore, really chilled out opening for Trigger. And SCARLETT is going to have to play a pretty damn delayed Ling speed. Now, the way a 1515 works is basically you have less income at the start, but then you get lava and mining way earlier on your natural, and you end up saturating that way faster. So you have an initial less income, which you make up for by making sure you delay your gas, put extra drones on your natural a bit earlier, delay your third base. So then you start catching up, and then you overtake the income drastically after your first lava injects turn into drones, and this base fills up with workers. Isn't she just doing a Ling flood? No, that gas is super duper late. This would be the latest Ling flood of all time. Adept's coming out right now. Stalker, actually. Gonna deny her overlord. She can get back to the pillar. For those who don't know, guys, there's a nice little fire to keep your overlord's butt warm on the very cold Ghost River. You can see it's a bit of a snow map. It's a bit icy out here. So the map maker was nice enough to have a bit of a torch for the overlord to sit on. Probe does get pushed back. She's going to go third base. She's just started mining gas with only one worker. I've been doing a lot of one worker on gas, but I still start mining it a lot earlier than this. That overlord will barely get to safety. Third hatchery does go down. She's already gone third queen before third hatchery, which is really good for making sure you've got plenty of defense. And the overlord does get to the torch, does end up healing up. Twilight Council. So Glaive Adept, or it could be Dark Templar Archon. And that's going to be against SCARLETT. So she needs to realize what's happening. I feel like Glaive Adepts is actually quite awkward to defend off a 15 hatch 15 pool. And even though she's doing a kind of different modified version, it's essentially the same build order in how it plays out. Oh, damn. Oh, she loses it. She gets there. Oh, one more shot. One more shot and Trigger would have killed that. Oh, gosh. And you know what, guys? Stalker Harass normally sucks, but she doesn't have Ling speed, and he knows that. She needs to put 2 workers on gas right now. Yeah, she's like, wait a second. Oh, God, he's bullying. He knows that the build order she's playing doesn't have Ling speed for a long time, so he's bullying her with Stalkers, and he's actually going for the 2-base blink again. Trigger said, screw playing normal. It doesn't work. I'm going to just blink all in, and it's not a bad map for it. You've got these ramps. You can kind of push up here and blink back down. You can get in here. This third base is spread out pretty far. SCARLETT needs to drone like crazy. She's going Lair. Lair instead of Ling speed. Because she thinks it might be a Dark Templar follow-up. And she wants to have the Lair. She doesn't want it. She wants to skip safety spores. Okay, a bit of a greedy play, but this can work out. Where's the Roach Warren, guys? Roach Warren's very late. Very late. 4-minute Roach Warren. And no Ling speed is going to be so awkward. I think she might try to defend with pure Ravager. Remember what we saw? She doesn't like using Zergling Swarm against this. And on 4 gas, she doesn't even have the option. She basically has to mass roaches off this 45 drone count that she's now at. Oh, she's got more drones, but she's going to be at 50. I think that's better than the last game. I think if you get to 50 workers, because it is a kind of late timing, that can be nice, because he has to wait for the prison. So he's going to hit her at about 5:15 with about 12 stalkers. She will have 51 workers and nothing but roaches. Unfortunately, that roach warren's a little late. She wants to start building nothing but overlords, roaches. She has a spore crawler on the way. Seeing extra stalkers, she knows this is not just Dark Templar. This is, yeah, she just needs roach speed and as much roach ravager as possible. I like the spore crawler, though. Spore crawler's really good. 7 drones on minerals on the third. He's already here. Oh, he's already going to start picking off the creep. Because he's like, yeah, you don't have Ling speed. I wonder if she should have gone Ling speed for this round. Normally, my instincts say mass Ling speed is the way to counter these sort of builds. And just have enough numbers to overwhelm. Oh, she gets the observer. She loses a roach. She loses a drone. Good pullback. Good pullback, though. Oh, she's going to lose the overseer, though, if he wants to focus it. That's a big if, though. Queens don't have energy yet. Queens are falling pre-energy. Oh, God. This is really bad for SCARLETT. She needs, without Zerglings right now, she's getting punished really hard. The initial commitment here for Trigger is so huge. Normally, they're much more wary with the first commitment because people swarm with Zerglings. Because she doesn't have Zerglings, he's just pushing in pig-headedly and getting massive value. Oh, good Roach focus fire from SCARLETT. She focuses down the low hit point Stalker. That's the 2 Stalker deaths. But the Queens, 2 of them went down, which means you're not going to have much transfuse banking up like you normally would. Overseer's going to go down as well in the near future. Slow Zergling's doing a good job of tanking and not much else. Roach Ravager Zergling is the play. She's up 15 army supply. She can give up the 3rd. It sucks to do it. But I have seen Zergs win after giving up the 3rd base. You don't want to give it up easily, though. You want to make Protoss pay a price for it. Another Stalker does go down. That's so many Stalkers, 19. And remember, she doesn't have Zerglings, only a few Slowlings. She's going to send them to counterattack the natural. The natural door is wide open. Slow Zerglings could force a bunch of Warpins at home and just take a bit of the power out of this push, potentially. I do like the idea there for SCARLETT to do that. She's got to keep spreading these Biles across one at a time, though. Tap the Biles, tap the Biles. Oh, he gets the Ravager just when it finishes morphing, so there's no monetary refund. Zerglings try to get in, but Trigger walls off like a god. 2 Stalker Warp in there. Zerglings could kill that gateway if they commit, but he'll lose all the Zerglings. She'll lose all the Zerglings doing it, and he'll kill all the Zerglings very efficiently, then blink the Stalkers across to reinforce. Trigger's all-in's very powerful. You can't chase too far. She used all her Biles at once. You can't use all your Biles at once. You got to spread them out, because otherwise he's gonna blink on her. He blinks on top. The Zerglings do get in. They kill the Stalkers! Never mind, the slow lane counterattack is god tier, guys. I take it back. It's gonna force a recall of like 8 Stalkers. Brilliant play by SCARLETT. Sends some slowlings across the map. Gets big damage, but the snipe on the 3rd base is complete. Trigger, the blink god, coming in saying, you know what, mate? Parting spent 2 years killing me on ladder before he went to the military, and he just killed every Zerg with blink. And I looked up to him and I said, you know what? I wish I could kill everyone with blink as well. Trigger said, you know what? Don't let your memes be dreams. He went out here and he absolutely bloody Shia LaBeoufed this thing. He went out there and just flexed and screamed into the goddamn camera and said, let's bloody go. 2 base first, 2 base. I can play Mass Stalker all day. She's trying to make Infestors so that she can limit his blink micro, but that's a while away. Roach Ravager Zergling trying to come out on the front, trying to see what he can do. We got the Stalkers hanging out. We got the Zerglings going after the pylons over there as well. A Roach Ravager Queen trying to hang on, but Trigger is just dancing on the edge of her range, picking off units. I like that. Force the Stalkers to warp in on that side. The Biles, she's got to keep peppering them out, but look, he just keeps focusing these bloody cocoons, not letting them finish, not letting her morph the Ravagers. That 12-second morph to the Ravager, it used to be 9 seconds. Remember, it got nerfed like a year and a half ago in the very first Balance Council patch. And now we're seeing those Ravagers can't be used as a quick get-out-of-jail free card. You need more numbers, and she just does not have it. The Biles land big, but she doesn't have the support. And Trigger, with disgusting blink efficiency, beautiful decisive play, kills just under 6,900. I'm going to say 6,900 resources of Zerg. And with the power of memes, Trigger reversals the series, down 0-2, wins 3-2, and goes to the grand finals.